Arts Minister and the Minister for the Nighttime Economy in New South Wales now, John Graham. John, thanks so much for your time. We wanted to talk to you today because Clover Moore has spoken about, the Sydney City Council said they don't want any more big events on the grass because it's ruining it. We understand the weather issues, but more seriously, I wanted to talk to you about what the balance is here between, people and the environment, and making sure that we don't make these environmental decisions and then damage these big events that come to Sydney, whether it's Vivid or other international or local acts.
Yeah, and it certainly is a balance. One of the things I want to recognise immediately is we've worked closely with the City of Sydney Council on the idea of making Sydney a 24-hour city. It's the first time in a couple of generations that the state and the city have been aligned. We want Sydney to be a 24-hour city, and that's great news. The city and the state working hand in hand to make that happen. That's why it's a real head scratcher to see this answer, a blanket ban on parks, at the same time as we're trying to encourage music and entertainment back around the clock in Sydney. So it is something we're keen to keep talking about. We don't want this blanket ban where parks are ruled out. For music, for entertainment, really for the community coming together to celebrate. Yes, we've got to look after our parks and our natural environments. We're happy to work with the council to do that in some other places. A small investment in some of the key infrastructure means that you can have this balance. You can have people in the park, entertainment in the park, and have the grass not damaged or grow back rapidly.
John, everyone would agree with that balance, and there is a sensible solution here. That sensible solution isn't to have that blanket ban. Is there any way around it for the state government? Can you overrule it, or is it just about negotiating?
Well, this will be a discussion, but it'll be a public discussion because we want a better answer here. These are council parks, but the idea that we can't use any of them for these sorts of big events, these big chances for the community to come together, is one we'd like to be reconsidered. We are working closely when it comes to activating Sydney streets, working with the council. We're working closely with them on the question of this 24-hour Sydney, but we want to work closely with them again. We've got this beautiful environment almost all year round in Sydney. We want to be outdoors. We learnt that over COVID, just how important that is. We want to keep that culture of being outdoors. And these are some of the spaces that would be fantastic to be able to bring the community together in. Yeah,
and I know you've tried to do a lot and are doing a lot in trying to revitalise the nighttime economy, but revitalise the music scene in particular. Now, not all music is going to suit all tastes. We know that. You've announced in recent times, an incentive for international artists. If they have a Australian backup band, will they get a reduction on their fees? Could this situation with the council be one where you have, more laneway events here? Because there is a serious decline in the Australian music scene, trying to cultivate that talent. And I know you're trying to do more. You have the backing of Chris Minns in doing that, but we should really articulate this morning how serious this decline is and the knock-on effects it could have for generations, right?
Yeah, we want to bring music back across New South Wales. This most recent announcement is a really exciting one. We did it with the Premier and some of the best Australian artists, and that was this trying to bring back the support act culture. When we've got big international touring artists, we want Australian artists on the stage with them, supporting them. That has been the case some of the time. When Oasis comes out, they'll have ballpark music on the stage with them as they tour. That's a huge boost for Australian music, but we're losing that culture. And here's the problem. Last year, 3 out of 100 albums in the ARIA charts were Australian albums last year. Incredible.
3.
That is a real wake-up call.
Just 3 out of 100.
We're losing. Absolutely. That is a real warning sign. That is what we're losing. We've got an incredible grassroots music scene, but we're not breaking through in the international music culture with streaming taking off. Here's one of the things we can do. Insist that when artists come out and tour Australia, that they have an Australian support act on the stage. We're offering a discount to make that happen. We're encouraging other states to consider doing the same. That could make this a really significant discount, a significant incentive, but it deals with a significant problem. Our music is getting wiped out of the Australian charts.
Yeah, and just to circle back completely on this story, one of the biggest events last year in the Parklands was actually the Dom Dollar event there at Sydney's Domain. And he is an Australian artist that is taking off worldwide. So that's why you need those parklands for those kinds of events, because these artists want to do them outside. They don't necessarily want to do them in an arena, because why not make the most of our beautiful city?
Yeah, this really is a great experience, not just for the audiences. People love getting together in these special parts of Sydney, these special parts of our state, but it's also incredible for the artists. And we do have artists circling the globe, really doing well. They want to come home, they want to play in some of these special places outdoors. Our arenas are great. We've got some great grassroots music venues going really well as well. They're starting to lift. There's 3 times as many venues with music on their stages since the election. That grassroots scene is bouncing back. But we need to be able to spill outdoors, to be able to be together as a community with entertainment, with music, in some of our parklands as well. And that's the discussion we're keen to have. Some of these other discussions with the city have gone well. We're keen to get some progress on this one.
Please do, and please keep us posted, John. We really appreciate your time this morning.